Hi, I'm Jeff Taylor. Welcome to Sapphire. I'm here to talk to you about our PMMO solution. Before I go into that, let me tell you a little bit about Delaware. Delaware is a partnership of 19 different companies, and we were founded on the principle that we wanted to provide more value to our customers. And so we adopted the term FAST for our value proposition. That is, we accelerate time to value for our customers. So we're 5,000 professionals, 19 countries. We're one of 11 platinum partners with SAP. We've won a number of Pinnacle Awards beginning in 2016. Last 4 years, we've been a runner-up. But this year, we're proud to say that we're a Pinnacle Award winner again, and we have a presentation by Ilya Kurz on our BTP solution that's showing here that hopefully you'll stop by and see. Finally, in the Gartner Magic Quadrant, we're recommended as a great alternative to the Big Five. So with that, let's focus on the solution. So our FAST solutions cover an entire industry segment, right? They're built on SAP's best practices, and in the case of aerospace and defense, we also partner with other companies to provide a complete solution in the aerospace and defense space. So that starts with business acquisition and setup, which is we partner with 25 and use their intelligent pricing engine to do complex engineer-to-order quotations. This also work in commercial, not just aviation. And then we are able to integrate with PLM providers to be able to realize the designs that are being quoted in those engineer-to-order quotations. And once those get accepted, now we enter the realm of manufacturing, which is where PMMO is relevant. So a bit of background on PMMO. If you're doing any kind of government contracting, you need to be able to account for the cost, both for the raw materials as they're procured and paid for, and also for the cost at any point in time during delivery. If you're doing earned value management or trying to do milestone billing, then you need to be able to accurately account for your costs. And at the end of the contract, I need to be able to roll up all of those costs and comply with the government accounting standards. Right? So SAP's solution for this is based on Project System. And originally Project System, the WBS, is tied to the MRP planning segment. So I'm able to roll up materials, resources, demand for labor into a WBS, and that's my basis for planning. All right, and all my replenishments are tied to that WBS when I run MRP. Right? But the problem with that is I can't aggregate the same materials that are used in multiple WBSs. So early on in ECC, SAP introduced this concept called GPD, grouping, pegging, and distribution. And with grouping, pegging, and distribution, I'm able to create a group WBS that sits at a higher level, and I'm able to aggregate the material costs against that. Right? So this gives me certain efficiencies that I wouldn't otherwise gain. And I can also set up planning groups when I run MRP for particular subassemblies to aggregate the demand for those and better plan and manage those orders in a production capacity sense. But it was painful to transfer material between groups, right, where I've got excess over here and I need it in another group. I couldn't easily transfer it. So the next generation, called PMMO, or Project Manufacturing Management and Optimization, runs in S4HANA. It was introduced in 2020. Right? And it allows me to group at a higher level, at a project management WBS, all of my contract demand. So I can aggregate it. The MRP planning WBS becomes my PMMO WBS. My project WBS, or my operating WBS, is still there. It's associated with that PMO, so I can peg costs back to it as they're incurred or periodically. And so I get a more effective way. And so what does this do? It gives me visibility to all my demand, right? at a higher level so I can plan better and better use the inventory that I have across the set of projects I'm trying to satisfy. It gives me optimized inventory. So here with PMMO, I get some true economies of scale. And it minimizes the number of replenishment orders I need to procure material or to manufacture product. Compliance. I'm able to peg my costs or the materials demand back to those operating WBS elements where they're going to be consumed. I'm able to peg my material, my resources, my labor back to those same operating WBSs too. And so I can truly report on the actual costs for any given project. And then finally, obviously, I get some efficiency. This saves me money internally, but because I'm not generating as many purchase orders to my suppliers, right, I'm not inundating them with unnecessary orders. I'm doing a higher volume of business with them that should translate into actual direct savings to the bottom line. So we're going to run through a demo of PMMO, and there's a number of steps involved from the quotation process down to final settlement and profitability analysis. And the first three that we have highlighted here, we've already done in advance. So I did a quotation with IP for a satellite order. It includes three components: a payload, a satellite receiver, and an antenna system. All right, and some minor assembly operations in order to put this stuff together. That was quoted on, it was accepted. I published the sales order in an SAP, which came along with the WBS structure. I then married that WBS up to my PMMO project accounting group. So in summary, with PMMO, I'm able to take multiple contracts, group them together under a PMMO planning element, right, so that I can aggregate all of the requirements and all of the replenishment demand against those requirements in one WBS where I hold the cost, right, and I can peg those assignments back to the operating WBS, and then at the end, distribute the proportionate cost back to the contract. So what does it provide you? I've got better visibility to all my demand and all my inventory to satisfy that demand so I can do better planning. I better manage my inventory because I get true economies of scale. I have improved compliance because I'm able to peg my actual costs back to the orders where they're originating from and distribute that cost proportionally when those orders are complete or at periodic points in time to do milestone billing rated reporting for the government. And then finally, I get efficiencies and flexibility that translates into savings in the bottom line. So in conclusion, Delaware developed this PMMO accelerator to provide a complete solution for fast A&D. It can be exported and imported on top of SAP's best practices to get you up and running in a sandbox with a complete solution to conform your requirements during explore phase workshops for your solution delivery. Thank you for coming. I'd be happy to talk to you about this more. Colin Miller, one of our program directors in aerospace, also is a great resource to talk to. Adam Blum is our director of sales, and Win Baum is our managing director of Delaware North America.